Alrighty, guys, welcome back once again. We are back live at the Leather Pocket for the 4th annual Barry Hui Memorial. My name is Grant. I'm sitting beside the one and only Mr. Ben Franchise Francis. How are we, Ben?
Not too bad, I guess. I always like to say if the worst thing that happens to you today is you miss a pool shot, you're living a pretty clean life.
You're doing all right, that's for sure.
I missed some balls over there.
Well, you didn't lose as badly as I did.
No. I'm sure you were looking over across the room thinking, couldn't I just play somebody else?
Right? Please? Because Sean terrorized me.
Yeah, Eric he played really good. He was nearly unstoppable. And Sean appeared to be the same.
Honestly, so really it was two things that happened in that match. I could get nothing going for myself.
I saw you got a couple of early funny rolls. 8-ball first rack.
Yep.
Long and straight.
Yep.
If you have any angle or you're a little closer, it's not so bad, right?
Yep. And it didn't matter what I left him. He just cleaned it up.
Yeah, and I saw he was kicking balls well. He hit everything on the right side. And yeah. Sean's
banking well.
He's a heck of a player, that
Yeah,
Sean
he
McKay.
really is. Yeah, and he did what he was supposed to do, right? I can't take anything away from what he did.
Punished you.
Oh, did he ever?
That's what Eric did. Just when I was clawing back.
Yeah. He put the foot on the gas.
Yeah.
So we've got John Moralatos, I believe. And Ryan Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, another not easy name to pronounce.
Right. This is why I just put John M.
and
Ryan VD.
Anybody who played in the CSL IPL Ghost League would recognize both of these gentlemen.
Indeed.
Both of them played a couple of sessions, and both played quite well, too.
Indeed, they do. Which Sean McKay, Jarrett?
Yeah, you got the Sean McKay. Eric
And
got
yes,
the bounty
he did
on
get
me
the bounty.
and Cass.
And Cass.
In the first match, so Eric's already, got half of his entry fee back.
Yeah, right. Well, hopefully I don't get to meet up with either of or any of your team members.
Not for a while.
Not for a while.
No, we're far away. Because I'm at the top of the top, and you're at the bottom of the top.
Yeah.
You're top of the middle.
Top of the middle.
So we wouldn't play until like the 5th, 6th spot.
Well, I'm okay with that.
7th, 8th spot would be the earliest.
I'm okay with that too.
We got a lot of work to do before that.
I'm on hopes and dreams right now, Ben.
If you guys are just tuning in for the first time this tournament, we're playing the Barry Hui Memorial, which is 9-ball on the 9-footer on the A side, and 8-ball on the 7-footer on the B side. So we do have 7-foot matches going on in the room as well. Great pool room here. Leather Pocket's got 8 9-foot diamonds, 8 7-foot diamonds, a Predator 9-foot with the arena table, and 4 Valley bar boxes.
I've got to correct this camera just a touch.
I thought I was just losing it.
Whoop. It's because I moved it when they did the cue draw and kind of gave a tour around the room, and
that'll happen.
Yep.
Now it's perfect.
Now it's better. And of course, if you are just tuning in, you know what to do. Give that share button a little bit of love down on the bottom left-hand side of the screen if you're on Facebook. If you happen to be on YouTube, you can always copy and share the link. And of course, if you're on YouTube, make sure you're engaging. Hit that like button that pushes us up to the top.
Subscribe for sure. That way you get notified too every time we go live.
Absolutely.
Make sure you turn that little bell on.
4 Valley or 6 Valley?
There's 4 here, Jarrett. They did have 6 a little ways back, and we're going good. I mean, it could be better. Morning matches, right?
No doubt.
Mine turned into a mid-afternoon match by the time that one was done. But
well, that's all right. You had a pretty formidable opponent in Mr. Eric Vargas, one of your own teammates.
They don't call him a grinder for nothing.
It's so true. Well, I think I was talking about that with somebody yesterday on the stream as well.
He actually played a shot. He's up 8-7, and he played a crazy shot that Joe and I both thought he wouldn't go for.
Really?
It was a rare moment where Eric didn't choose the safety over the shot.
So you think Ryan's going to swing at the 9 ball here? Or is he just going to play safe 2 into the 6 and send the cue ball up?
I like this, just a little side-to-side action.
Yeah.
The only flaw with that is you're putting the 2 right near the rail, making it easier to hit.
Yep.
But the fact that he froze it, or close to frozen, makes it pretty tough to pot it.
I think he's got the window between the 4-7 to go
4-7.
one rail up. The issue is, even if you hit the 2 perfect and make it, what's the likelihood of getting back for the 3?
That's right.
And good afternoon, Roy.
And Laura in the chat too. We are following along with the YouTube chat as well, guys, so feel free to chat in there. And we'll be live all day. I imagine
All
this is going to
day.
be another late one.
I would suspect so.
Midnight.
Midnight
Ish.
for sure. Yeah.
Well, the B-side can go faster. Race to 6, right?
It can, most certainly.
And we are playing 9 ball over here. And just taking a look at some of the matches, I think like the next round, we're going to see some maybe early games.
Yes.
Where players are winning, 9-2, 9-3 kind of thing.
Well, I know what that's all about.
Oh, look at this shot. Nice hit from Johnny.
Yeah, really well done. Does he get the reward, though?
0
Fully
reward.
punished for a great shot.
Although this is some distance and not enough angle to really do a lot with it.
Mm-hmm.
He might have to draw this past the 8 ball and play the 3 into the upper right next. And we are playing with the traditional colors, so the 4 is purple.
As it should be.
And the 5 is nice and orange.
Well, I mean, not terrible shot there. Didn't get all the way down table like he wanted, but at least he's got a shot at the 3 ball.
Yeah, I didn't really think he had the angle to go forward there, but he did because he stroked it pretty well and almost got there. And that looks like
nice
good
shot.
speed. That looks like really good speed. I think he's got full ball cover. Yeah, just looking at the table outside the screen, he's got none of this ball. And none of the side rail.
I think he does have the window between the 4-7 to come off the bottom rail.
The bottom.
Even
yeah.
potentially 2 rails, bottom rail, side rail.
I think I like 1 rail here and try to bank the 3 past the 8. Like send the 3 off the left side rail and get the 3 up table by the 8.
Yeah, use the 4-8 as potential duck and cover.
Well, he liked yours 2 rail. This could work well too.
It's not terrible.
Containing.
Yeah, not terrible at all. Good afternoon. Great hosting. Hey, thank you. We appreciate that. Typically with Q Sports Live, there's 2 different entities under Q Sports Live. We are known as Q Sports Live Corporate. We're based out of Calgary, Alberta. We don't go often quite as much as what we once were prior to the pandemic. But
Not live as much, but
certainly Rod Arriagata, CSL Winnipeg. He is toeing the line, doing a great job. Usually live every weekend. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job.
yeah, I imagine he'll be live tomorrow. Seems to be
Yeah.
every Sunday he's live. So
I heard there was a memorial event that he's doing this weekend as
Okay,
well.
cool.
Yeah.
Perfect weekend for it. As you can see, the poppy in the upper left of your screen there. That's
Did not miss that by much.
wow. Yeah, what an effort. We had Remembrance Day in Canada yesterday, so perfect weekend to have a memorial tournament.
Of course, and of course for this memorial, it just happens to be Barry Hui. And if you're not sure who Barry is or was, he's known as Captain Calgary. Very, very energetic individual. I miss his energy in a pool room. It was the one thing about Barry. You always knew when he was in the room.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like he wasn't just a loud guy; he was like full of energy, like you said. Yeah. Which made him probably the best team captain we'll ever see.
I would completely agree.
Yeah.
And he did that. I mean, his heart was just amazing.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And right on his sleeve.
Yeah. And if you needed anything, he would if he could do it, he'd give you the shirt off his back.
Absolutely.
So
We still use all his little quotes.
Yeah, we
during
sure do,
matches,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
One time.
Yeah, moving time and, you know, put one on him. I always like that one,
Yeah.
too. Okay, boys, put one on him.
Yeah, I totally, I can hear him say it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And just a huge influence over the Calgary pool scene. Sure
what a
miss him.
shot.
What a great shot from Ryan.
And we'll put up
Bombs
some.
it from downtown.
We got some great pictures here. We'll put up some pictures in between racks so you guys can see the man himself.
Ryan, just before the match, was saying, "Where's my jam-up shirt with my name across the back?"
No doubt.
He said he doesn't have one, and he probably should order one. And I kind of had to agree with him for moments just like this.
How did he never get one of the league ones?
I have no idea.
Come on, Ryan.
Yep.
Friends off. So
we kind of actually, so we've got a little bit of stock for jam up at my house, and we were actually going to bring a couple and see if we could kind of maybe donate a couple to the event, and had a look at what sizes, and they're all 3X.
Oh,
So we decided we'll wait and hold off, and when we do get some better sizes in, then see what we can do. Love how your team honors him at the tournament wearing his jersey for the last shot. I love it. It's such a phenomenal way to honor a fella.
or trying to wear the jersey. for
Trying,
the last
yeah. Well, Ben kind of
As of
drowns
this year,
in that jersey.
I tried to, and they didn't let me this year. Can you
Yeah, that
believe
was
that?
that
But
was different.
But it was fun nonetheless. And Corey, the bracket is online, but I just lost to Eric 9-7, which I'm honestly not that disappointed about. I'd like to see Eric do well in this tournament.
Yeah.
Steven's already won it. Joe got second last year, so I'm kind of rooting Joe too. And obviously he's in the best form of anyone right now.
Yeah. He
But
is
don't
playing
think-
some pretty monster pool.
But don't think that Steven didn't take notice of that.
Well,
and
of course
it's
he
probably
did.
fired him up a little bit to be
Yeah.
like, hey, wait a minute.
Uh-huh.
I'm the top dog.
Uh-huh.
So I'm interested to see. I think
Oh,
they'll-
that dynamic when they play.
I think they'll end up playing in the A-side semifinal
Oh, wow.
if the bracket goes the way it's supposed to.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is not a match you're going to want to miss.
No, that'll be a stream match for sure.
100%.
Oh, no, Ryan, after 3 or 4 really good shots there with the opening bank, and then he made a really long one on the 4, and he just rattles the 7. Ouch.
Laura says, I thought that was poor sportsmanship.
It was.
You know what? I'm going to call it like it is.
No,
You're
it-
100% correct.
It was.
It
yeah,
was
and-
total, just poor form.
But we've beat that horse.
We have.
I don't want to talk about it. Just kidding.
Well, same as last night, everybody was asking if we've talked about Warren Venny yet. And I said,
No.
look, I'm not interested. Nobody's asked my opinion. I'm not going to do it.
0 chance.
And I actually saw there was a post online, and somehow we got pitted between us.
And then it
and,
got deleted, the
yeah,
whole thing,
it sure
which was
did.
good.
Yeah, and I made my comments on that yesterday and said, look, we have no issues with Val or
Anyone.
esports or
Or
anybody
hidden
else.
spot or anything like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Seems to be a common misconception is like
totally
even
is.
that I don't like hidden spot because I'm house pro at Leather Pocket. That's not true at all.
Nope.
I used to spend like 3 days a week at hidden spot.
Yeah. And it's, everybody's trying to do what they can do for pool, and that's what I'm a fan of.
That's right.
Right? If you're a competition, great. That just makes us better, makes us stronger, makes you stronger, right? Just pushes everybody to the top, and I don't mind that.
Exactly. So I just want to give a shout out to Larry. I'm going to do it a couple of times, but Larry
Nice.
worked so hard to get this tournament organized again. And he's got these sweet trophies this year and got the previous winners and runners-up name on that cup. And I think
He's done a phenomenal job.
and it's a thankless job, let me
It
tell
really
you.
is.
So if any of the players are listening to this, definitely thank Larry Walper when you get a chance.
Absolutely. He's done phenomenal.
And everyone might not know this, but those trophies came out of his pocket. Those were not donated or
Really?
sponsored or anything like that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Good on him.
So I told him, well, if I win one, I'll pay you for it. I'll pay for my own trophy.
There
it's
you
okay.
go. Well, I'll tell you what.
But it tells you how much he loves the game too, and how much he cares about this tournament.
Yeah, and you know what? All around, Larry is he's just an all around good guy, right? He's got a great heart.
Yep.
That one ball is sitting deep in that pocket.
Yeah, these are really tricky on the diamond table, and I find especially with the new cloth, because it wants to slide quite a bit, and it's hard to judge it.
Yep, it sure is.
But this one's in there real deep, so he's got to like flick the left side rail as
close
to the one as he can get, and then try to pick the window between the 7-4.
Yeah, the 3. It's such a tricky shot because, like you said, right, you got to be able to judge that weight. But
it's easy to overhit it.
Yeah, and I think he's overhit.
Flying.
Yeah, he's overhit that.
This could work though. Look at that window.
Look at the 3-9.
Look at the window he got between the 4-8 with the cue ball there.
Yep. So Ben, I think I may try to play the 3 off the 9 into that bottom left, and if I make the 9, great.
They might both go here, yeah. And you can do something else too and draw the cue ball up between the 4-7, so you're on the 4 in the side if the 3 happens to go in.
Yep.
But if they both miss, you actually might get safe up there too, right?
I agree. Yeah, good call.
But I never really like going at these off-angle combos unless, like you said, you're playing 2 balls or you're playing a 2A with the cue ball.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's important, too, when you're playing a shot like this and you're playing 2 balls, pick one. Pick one to concentrate more on.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Here it's got to be the 9 ball.
Yep.
And the cue ball.
And the cue ball, yeah.
Those two things.
But I always try to find one ball that I favor more than the other.
3 balls wired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to commit to one more than the other.
100%.
Because if you're trying to make both, that's where the indecision comes in, right?
Yeah. Well, and you tend to miss both.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And you get your cue ball all wrong because now you're looking at 2 balls and where they're going. It's really hard to control 3 balls.
Yeah.
In this game,
it's one of those things that make pool such a unique sport.
Yeah, it is.
Or at least in my opinion.
It is extremely unique. There's no other comparison. Golf is the only real true comparison, but even that's not that close.
No. Well, there you're controlling one ball.
One ball.
Right?
Which makes it way different.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no cut-induced throw.
No.
In golf.
Oh, what a shot.
That was a super shot.
Bombs that in from downtown. That looks really, really, really good. I have not eaten myself yet, and I'm telling you,
well, I'll eat.
It's looking pretty sporty.
I'll eat, and then you can go order, and we can teamwork this match.
I like it.
I actually have a feeling this is going to be quite a close match. I think these 2 gentlemen match up really well against each other.
Yeah, curling would compare, I guess, in some ways.
A little bit. Only a little, though, because golf is a good comparison because you're hitting the ball with a club.
Yes.
Where in curling, you're not hitting the rock with anything. You're just pushing it with your hand.
Yep.
So the mechanics are kind of taken out of the game a little bit.
Well, and there's a lot to focus on, right? So you've got your arm, then you got your cue, where the tip is, the cue ball, the object ball, and then the spin.
And your feet.
Your feet.
That's one of the most important things is where your feet are. And
yep.
Who would think that while they're shooting pool, right?
Yeah, right.
But I think, when it comes to controlling multiple rocks in curling, absolutely. And all the Americans watching, they're like, what is curling?
Don't you guys just live in igloos?
Yeah.
Wrestle polar bears?
Another good comparison with curling would be, it used to be small like pool. It used to be very niche sport and very small, and now it's those athletes are getting paid quite a bit, and they're in the Olympics, and so there's still hope.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
Oh, he needs a huge bounce.
Yeah, he does.
Get it.
No. A great shot.
I think he banks at this ball. I think he
I
goes
think
for it.
There's really no other play in my mind anyway. I'd rather go swinging.
I think he's close enough to thin the right side and not move the 9 much, but I don't really like that. Not for his style. I've seen his style a lot, and he likes the bank, yeah. Twice is nice.
Twice will work.
Oh, it's in the heart. He's already thrown up his hand. Wow. There were some crazy shots in the match that was playing beside me. John Pompey and Paul Beatty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. John fluked the 9 to go hill.
Oh, my God.
And then they both tapped around the 5 a little bit, hill. And
Yeah.
John finally made a good shot on the 5 and then missed the 6.
Oh.
And then Paul cleaned it up.
I did
But
see
Paul
that.
was down 6-0.
It was the 6-8-9 left.
Yeah.
And John rattled that
Yeah,
the
in the
6
corner.
Yeah.
But Paul's down 6-0. John won the first 6 games. And then Paul was up 7-6. And then up 8-7.
Wow.
Like, what a comeback that is, right?
Yeah, that's huge.
Very
and especially
sporty
against
comeback.
Johnny Triple P.
That's right. And Johnny's been in good form lately, too. So
Yeah, he's been playing some good pool.
I was liking his chances there. I still like his chances because he's going to go over to the box. And we're obviously, that's kind of our best game, I would say. Well, it's kind of everybody's best game because it's easier, but...
Well, at least over there, I've got a shooter's chance.
Yeah, and that's
on
kind
the
of what I'm
9 foot,
saying, yeah.
I don't have a chance.
Yeah, definitely it's going to be a break fest over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Well, I know
players
in
are gonna be
league,
running lots.
yeah, league, I've been breaking pretty good on those 7 foots.
And that's what you got to go into that match thinking.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm going into thinking. I've been on fire with my break lately.
Oh,
It's been gross.
I've been watching and even on your runouts, right? You lead the league in runouts. And,
on the box. It's been gross. My game's been really strong over there, so I'm not panicking.
No. No, and nor should you.
Although, I do think I have not a soft draw on the B side either.
You know what? I don't know if there is a soft draw.
There are.
Is there?
Oh, yeah, there's a couple.
Because getting through K-Pal yesterday was
That was not easy.
no. But again, right? It was. I used all my luck yesterday.
Use it all
with
up.
Kevin, and I just missed really good when I missed.
Well, it's better to use it all up in the first match.
I agree.
Than lose the first match, use it all up in the second. And,
Yeah.
I'd rather be one round ahead.
Oh, I
instead.
agree. Yeah. A little bit tricky here. Can you shoot the gap between the 4-9 and go 2 rails back out?
Well, do you contemplate just playing the combo? It's a hanger, right? All you got to
It
do is
is.
hit the 6. It's going to go in.
But then where does the cue ball end up?
Yeah, you got to flirt with the lower right a little bit, but I think you can come 2 rails out. Or you can draw it. But I don't like drawing it because
No,
now you got to
now
put
you
too
gotta
much
hit it.
speed into
Yeah.
the 1, and it's a guess where the 1 goes. So maybe he,
Oh, is he going to back cut?
maybe he can cut it in there with draw, like low
Well,
right.
I like that. Even going forward, the 6 is there to hinder. And I think he would go 2 rails and just kind of, or shoot the 1 and may connect with the side rail first, pot the 6 and come back out.
Oh, he put a beautiful
wow.
stroke on that between the 4-7. That was the only shot, really, and he executed it perfectly.
He sure did.
Are we slanging them Predator bar box tables yet? Corey wants to know.
Of course. We do have a few.
We are Predator slangers, yeah.
And I happen to have one of them.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Oh, what a sweet, sweet table. What a nice home table. So quiet.
That is definitely one of the perks.
Yeah, it's got to be
without
one
a
of the
doubt.
best things about it, right? All right, Johnny needs one more good shot here, I think, and then he's out of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't get it. This one's going to hook him pretty good. I don't think he has the rail by the 7. Does he have that?
Mm-hmm.
If he has that, then the kick isn't that horrible. And it kind of goes naturally safe if he misses it. Yeah, he does have this rail. Okay. If he had to go to the other side rail, it was going to be a nightmare.
What's he looking at here?
He's measuring the 1 rail kick. This is like the Chris Melling uses that.
Yeah, he sure
every
does, the
single
mirror.
time.
Yeah. How much? They are $6,995 USD.
So I think if he hits this at a good speed and the 4 misses, the cue ball kind of goes underneath the 9, like onto the back
Looks like
rail.
he's going
at least,
into the
right?
9 here.
Oh, he's hitting at break speed.
Into the 4.
Oh, how about that shot? How about just make the 7 in the side and get shape on the 4?
That'll do.
That's how I would have done it for sure. No questions asked. All right, another tough shot here, though. He's got to play this with lots of low left and avoid the 8 coming 2 rails right where he's pointing his cue there. I like to pick a spot on that first rail or the second rail.
Wow,
rather.
he just gets up and punches that in.
Look out, look out. Oh, I think he's just okay.
Just.
Wow.
Just.
He threw his hand up in the air like
Yeah,
he thought he was going to be hooked.
Well, and he probably should have.
I think it's almost like I'm in between on those ones. Like, I stroked it really good. I shouldn't be hooked, but then it's like, well, it's going over there.
Any links to see the score? Yeah, Roy there on challenge.
There's no live scoring, but you can see the brackets, and
Yep.
you can see the results with the scores.
Oops, sorry, I just kicked the camera.
Holy rookie move.
Right?
Just kidding.
Who does that? Small earthquake here over in Calgary at the Leather Pocket.
Yeah, that's one thing we've never had to worry about in this area of the world, right?
No, not typically.
No.
Mr. Jerry Cahan, how are you? It has been a minute, sir. Good to see you back on and joining us again.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and everyone else out there tuning in. We appreciate you all. Gonna have some really high-level 9-ball playing today.
Oh, yes.
Really high level.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is going to be even juicier.
Yeah, and we'll see some good 8-ball tomorrow, too. If not tonight.
I would think that'll be tomorrow thing, because we're probably only playing down to 16 today.
I
the
heard they're
payout,
bringing
right?
back 12.
Okay, 12. I think that's
4 on the A side, 8
Optimistic.
on the B side. I do, too.
I think that's a little optimistic. But
I do, too.
But if they bring back 16, that's everybody who's in the money. That's fine too.
Yep, I agree.
But if they do get down to 12, then yes, there is potential. We could have a B-side match later on this evening.
It's potential. If we can make it happen, we will. If not, then be prepared for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, definitely like the 4th place match, the 3rd place match. Look at Johnny go.
Taking an early 3-0 lead.
A little fluke on that 7-ball there, and he ran away with it.
Mm-hmm. And Laura, yeah, we've missed kind of being on the mic, to be honest.
Here's a good picture.
That's a great picture.
Lots of players from this tournament.
Yeah, Jackson, Joe, Steph, me.
Jackson came out of retirement and got
Yeah,
himself a Revo shaft.
No.
And he's like, is it okay if I use this? Because he's like, I'm going to join the Pro Tour now. This thing is ridiculous. I said, yeah,
That's
everyone's
what we've
been telling you. Yeah. But he's got the 11.8 because he played with the Z2 for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
But you imagine his stroke, what he can do with that 11.8.
No doubt.
Scary thoughts, right?
Yeah.
He could be, if he starts putting in a little work, he's going to be real tough to
Listen,
beat.
Jackson's always been a great shot. And it really does surprise me that, the kid just doesn't play, but then comes in and still plays at a pretty decent level.
Supernatural talent. Like, he
Yeah.
played good when he was a kid, right?
Yeah.
All right, this breakfast sandwich smells good. So
Oh,
you're on your
it's
own.
killing me. Get on eating that so I can go get something. All right, so Ryan at the table. Pretty decent layout. The table kind of dressed up really well here. Little touch draw on the 1 off that left rail back out. For the 3. 3 leads to 4. 4 to 5. Really good break. Table dressed up nicely. Yeah, might have a little too much angle here. That makes it a little tricky. Should be able to draw off that right side rail and back. Don't know if you want to go forward. Brings in the 9 and the 7. Jammed it. Got perfect shape on the 4, but jams that 3-ball. And that is definitely a sign of these tables. Diamond tables, you better hit the heart of the pocket. And so now I believe you can go forward. If you go forward, left-hand spin, Down off the bottom rail, right side rail. Probably shoot the gap between the 7 and 9. Could even go on top of the 7, depending on how you hit it. Just go back center table, maybe favoring the left side a little bit, just about where the side pockets are. And he elects to draw instead. How does he hit it? A little bit overstruck, but we've seen him make almost this exact same shot earlier in the match, so I would suspect he'll do the same here. Some left-hand spin on the cue ball. Check it up. And kind of let off the speed a little bit. The size difference, Valley versus Diamond, and some of the benefits and or drawbacks. Well, if you're comparing the Diamond table to a Valley table, there is no comparison. The Diamond table just plays much, much better. They are a little bit of a tighter rail, so they shorten up quite a bit on the Diamond tables. But the speed of the cloth is much better. Really everything when you're comparing Valley to a Diamond table. The Diamond will take the cake almost every time. Right, the drawback between the two is certainly the Diamond table will cost more than a Valley table. Right, so I guess, you know, it really depends on your own scenario and your own situation and what you got going on. If all you do is play, you know, VNEA pool that's all played on Valley tables, then that's what I would suggest doing. Just stay with the Valley. If you're kind of expanding your wings a little bit and, you know, coming out and playing some tournaments, obviously here at Leather Pocket, they all have Diamond tables, as do most pool halls around the country. Hidden Spot also has Diamonds, both 7s and 9s. So really, it's just, to me, it's situational. It's you know, also boils down to personal preference. But as far as quality goes, you can't compare a Diamond to a Valley. John spearing it in from downtown. Might have overhit a little bit here, but he should be okay. Yeah, no worries at all. Right, again, it's very situational on kind of what you're doing in pool and what your personal preferences are. But of course, I prefer the Diamond table. As far as consistency goes, there's no comparison between a Valley and a Diamond table. And well overhit here by John. Not sure if he can back cut the 9 to the bottom right-hand corner, nor do I think he probably should. Try the bank into the left-hand side, leave the cue ball down at this end, and hopefully if you miss, you get a little safe. Or you can just double it across like that. That will work. Play the horn shape. And seemingly, John is kind of getting away with it at the start of the match. Typically, the pool gods will balance that out throughout the match. He just looked back at us and said, "Got a little bit of a horseshoe there." But typically, pool gods, you know, they'll tend to balance it out. It's just in the mentality for John or for Ryan. He's just got to realize that. Just stick around, like Mr. Francis said, or always says. Just stick around. Put yourself in fight mode. John looking to add to his lead. It is his break. 4-0 in favor of John Moralatos versus Ryan Van Dijk. And hopefully I'm pronouncing that, Ryan, correctly with your last name. If not, I apologize. Wow. Tried to come out of his shoes. I hear two voices talking. Somebody talking about payoffs and then the commentary on the game. That's interesting. Not sure where not sure where the second voice is coming from. And we'll see if he plays the safe. Indeed. More of a containing type of safety than a lockup. And I like just chipping off the right side of the 2 ball, send the 2 into the 7. And just take the cue ball back up the other end of the table. He goes the other way. That's a nice shot. Little risky. He did bring in the bottom left-hand corner, but he got away with it. I think he should share. Yes, I agree. Give us the play-by-play of what that second voice is talking about. Now I'm curious. I'm going to have to go back and listen. Perhaps a little bit of a crossover, maybe? Ryan just not getting the love. It's from an 8-ball game. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, he's just not getting the rolls. But as I mentioned, typically that will level out and eventually switch sides. So just stick around up until that point. And then take advantage of whatever comes your way if you can. Which is a lot easier said than done. Mentally can be very, very difficult to do that. Especially if you're not getting, those little rubs and rolls and so on and so forth. It can be a little bit challenging to keep yourself in it mentally. She said something about Winnipeg playing. Interesting. And yeah, Arlene, in 9-ball, typically you don't have to call pocket. 10-ball is a different story. 10-ball, you definitely have to call the pocket. But 9-ball, typically all pockets are wild. Nicely done. Does the 4 sneak behind that 6 to the top right-hand corner? And I just looked live, and he's got to stroke this well. This is not a give me. It will go, but definitely not a give me. Ah, there's a memorial tournament for Winnipeg. Yeah, CSL Winnipeg. That is Rod Arriagada. And I knew he would be live at some point. He's got a memorial event that he's doing as well. So here's the safety that I'm going to play. I'm going to take the 5 ball into the bottom rail, enough to kind of off the rail cut the 9 ball in to the bottom right-hand corner, but it also sends that 5 ball up table. Yeah, so I would have done the same thing, but go into the 9 ball, and that straightens it out, and you're going to land middle table up at that other end. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't hear Rod with CSL Winnipeg. When he goes live, that's definitely an oddity, if that's indeed what you're hearing. John looking to clean it up to take a 5-0 lead over Ryan. And I'd suspect at some point throughout the match, Ryan will settle in, and those rubs and rolls will start to go his way. And looks like the Pool Player podcast with Melina Mike just went live. Fedor Gorst, a guest on there. If you have not checked out Melina Mike and the Pool Player podcast, Windows Open is what you want to search there. Doing some pretty amazing things for pool. Does some really great interviews. Ryan looking to take a gift here. Indeed he will. Well, that should get the mojo flowing here for Ryan. And we'll give a shout out to the Mike Burton home team. They are one of the local sponsors of Q Sports Live. Don't just buy a house, invest in a home with the Mike Burton home team. You can check them out, www.mikeburton.ca. Very accomplished pool player here in the Calgary pool scene, and obviously a supporter of that pool scene. Yeah, typically that's what it takes, right? Just one little miss like that, and that starts the rolls going your way. So we'll see if that holds true for Ryan, and he can add to the comeback. That will do it. Listening to 2 different podcasts simultaneously, that will give you a lot of crossover. Really nice break out of Ryan. Has a little bit of a tester here on the 1 ball, but certainly doable. Yeah, nice shot. Needs it to hold up here a little bit. Slow it down, slow the roll. Didn't quite get there. Kick underneath the 7 ball, send the 2 ball hopefully past the 9 ball up top. Indeed, always good for a laugh. That's typically myself. I fall into that category. Can we watch Mike Isaac play 8 ball on the live stream for entertainment purposes only? The eventuality, Brent, is that I would say the majority of the daytime, it'll all be A-side matches. And then probably more towards the evening, we'll get into the B-side matches, 8 ball on the 7 foots. And again, are we starting to see kind of the changing of the tide here? Yet to be seen. Tight little shot for this 3 ball. Plays the safe instead and locks him dead on that 9 ball, which is exactly what you're looking to do. He's going to have to put a massive amount of left-hand spin if he wants to go off that right-hand side rail. And definitely not something you can overpower. You got to allow, when you put that spin on a ball and it connects with the rail, you got to allow it the time and the connectivity to grab that spin. So if you overhit that, it takes away some of the deflection off the rail. Hit it well, got some good spin on that ball, but just missed that 3 ball. So John looking to take advantage here, as he should. Layout is really decent. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 to the 9 ball seems to be the game-winning shot. You can manage that. Nothing to do here but make the 4 ball. Just like so. Same thing here. Pocket weight shot on the 5 ball. Yeah, that's what we do it for. Most certainly. One of the best pieces of advice that I was ever given, and it didn't even register in my brain until I was told to watch yourself play pool. So record yourself. So if you're ever out, or if you've got a home table, pull out your phone and record yourself and watch how you play. See how you address the ball. See how you stroke. See, all of the little nuances that you do while you're playing. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got. What's going on, Mr. Gary Spence? Appreciate you tuning in. And you know what? I'm going to ask it one more time. Where is everybody tuning in from? And if this is your first time viewing Q Sports Live, certainly let us know. We'll give you a shout out on the live stream. John looking to pad the lead. Fourth year watching for Wilson. We appreciate it. Without a doubt. Nice smooth stroke there. Hit that really well. Looks like Mr. Ben Francis is back. How was the sandwich?
It was good. It's always good.
It looked really good.
I love the breakfast sandwich here. It's on a nice bagel.
Oh, no doubt.
Nice cheddar cheese. Go order food, Grant.
I'm dying right now.
Am I making you hungry?
Yep.
Yeah, I got this. You go eat.
New Orleans on YouTube. Calgary on YouTube. Moose Jaw. Ontario in the house. The capital of the North Pole, says Jerry. Timmins, Ontario, tuning in. Vancouver Island learning. Very good. Welcome to our addiction.
We got New Orleans.
New Orleans in the house, for sure.
And Brent Babcock wants to know if we can watch Mike Isaac play 8-ball for entertainment purposes only. No, we can't. We're watching 9-ball today, at least until possibly later tonight.
Gary Spence tuning in from Pitt Meadows, the subby of Vancouver. Vancouver Island for Steve. Massachusetts in the house. Still tuning in from Jersey Shore, Laura Berg. Innisfil, Ontario. Great stream as always. We appreciate that, Brian.
Looks like Stan is knocked off Joshua Emperado, but I think good for Joshua there. He won 3 games.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? For playing against playing against Stan. That is a tough opponent.
Oh, and it's his first big tournament.
Yeah.
Like without a handicap, right?
Yep. Yep.
So I talked to him last night. The nerves are running high, but I said it's good.
That's
you got to feed
perfect.
off that.
Yeah.
Right? So
Newfoundland in
Take
the
it well.
house. Geneva. And then Corey Saddleback says the res in the heart of the ghetto. Well, listen, we appreciate you tuning in no matter where you're tuning in from. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go onto our Facebook page, hit that like button, and then jump on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button and the little bell.
And yeah, you guys will get some Ben and Grant commentary for a bit because we're both waiting for opponents, and that round will be a little bit later on.
Indeed. Not only waiting for opponents, but we play at the same time again.
Yeah, so hopefully, Larry or John Pay-Pompey. No, John will be in the same round too.
Mm-hmm.
But Larry is looking to be in good form. He's on the winner's side. Playing Warren Ortiz over there. Looks like the score is 6-3 for Larry.
Larry's been shooting solid pool.
He's good on these tables. He said too, he's not been playing any 9-foot.
No.
And he cannot beat Genman, he said. So he didn't seem to have the most confidence, but you know how Larry is. He's a talented player, so he makes it work.
Is Ben going to be on the stream? I would imagine at some point. I try to stay away from it.
Not for a while now.
Yeah, I try to stay away from it. What happened to Smash? Oh, I'll mix it up every now and again. Don't worry about that. Should get Genman Luke on commentary.
I think he'd be terrified of it.
I do too.
He's terrified to play on the stream, so I can't imagine he'd be any less scared to put on a microphone.
Yeah, really nice shot there from Ryan. Got a little bit of a jelly rub, but you're starting to see the rubs are starting to kind of crawl over his way.
He's going to need them too.
Yeah, he sure is.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Yeah, see, and he can't afford many more mistakes because so far Johnny's just been punishing him.
I agree. Well, I think I'm going to take your advice, Ben, and maybe go order something.
Absolutely.
And then I'll jump back on with you.
Now's a good time to eat.
Oh, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Breakfast. This will be breakfast.
Yep.
And lunch.
And lunch. Brandon says that's the point. Yeah. I doubt I could ever talk Genman into putting on a microphone, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Good shot from Johnny there. Speed looks absolutely perfect. Couldn't have hit that any better. Kind of a big game here. You do want to be not letting up at all, so 6-1 or 5-2 is a pretty big swing. 5-3, 5-4, walls start to close in a bit, so if I'm Johnny, I'm trying to focus on doing my best here to get it to 6-1. He's got to power draw this one back. 4's on the end rail here where he's standing. Doesn't want to be straight in. It's the only thing that could go wrong, and he's not. He's got perfect angle. I think you just punch this one out off one rail. You could draw to the second rail too, but I kind of like just keeping it simple. Oh, he's playing the 5 in the side. I like just playing the 5 into the upper right there, but maybe he had, the precise angle where he figured he could draw it around quite easily, and he's okay here. Only got to pot this ball, just got to roll it in. Which he does, holds the cue ball nicely, and then I think he should come around and be sure where he wants to be on the 7. Which he is doing. Very, very smart. Because you can't take any of these shots for granted on these tough tables, so good to always go double check, make sure you pick a precise spot. Oh, he's going to be on the wrong side of this, though. He did not want to be on this side of the ball. He may have to just sacrifice and take a longer shot with a bit of a thinner cut than he would have wanted. That's what he tried to do. But he tried to cheat the pocket, too, and caught it real thick. That often happens when you're trying to hold that shot. It's easy to catch it a little thick. Good chance for Ryan to maybe get something going here. Maybe back and forth. No, he's just going to play the containing safe. Smart shot, because even if he did leave a thin cut on the 7, it's pretty hard for Johnny to go up and down back for the 8. Gary wants to know, will we be doing CCS Vancouver Island? We will not. We will not be streaming that event. I do know a handful of friends that were headed out there. So I wonder if he just banks this 7 back down near the 9 at speed. Yeah, that's what he tried to do, but did he get the speed right? A little bit short. He was trying to hit it just a little bit thicker, than the ball goes closer to the 9 as well. Ryan with a good shot there. Nothing wrong with the rub on the 9. Just needs to pot this 8. 9's right near the hole, so send the cue ball up and down. I'll try to hold it. Jerry wants to know if we're coming to Niagara Falls. I don't think so, Jerry. Definitely not as a team. Or my team didn't play league this year together, so we won't be playing any team events. Got Nick from Nick's Q Innovation. He was just playing a match behind us here on the 7-foot. I believe he won. I didn't see how it ended.
Hey, did I win? I won. You won? Why? What's the score?
The Vargas match?
Yeah.
It was 9-8.
That was 9-7. Someone told
No.
me 9-7.
9-8.
Oh, I thought I won.
Sorry. He made a nice kick on the 8.
So I owe you a drink?
You owe me $20.
No, a drink. You changed it to a drink.
No, the winner buys a drink.
Oh.
I'll fight you right now.
That's what the bet was. I misinterpreted.
These guys and their side bets. I'm sure you can hear this in the background. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
So I'll buy it.
That's what you mean.
Too funny.
It's
Gotta love the little side action. All right, Ryan to break. This is a big one for him.
One game, 2 games, it was like,
Can't really afford too many more mistakes.
he was at the 7. He was up 7-3, 7-4.
Wing ball goes flying in. Looks like he's going to get shape on the 1 here.
He made a good shot on the 8 ball, too.
And with the 2 near the middle, 3 right next door, this lays pretty good. Once he gets on the 2, the next 4 shots are all in the same area, so it's pretty easy to keep the cue ball under control. Well, easier, I should say. Little stun shot here. Don't have to do much. Good stroke. Easy to catch that one a little thick too, trying to hold the cue ball. But he did well. Kind of an interesting place to put your chalk between shots, but he knew his cue ball wasn't going anywhere near there. So that's okay. Gotta stay smooth on that one. Don't want to overrun it. He did overrun it. Should be okay. This pot is much tougher than he would have liked it, and the left side pocket can come into play a little bit here. Needs to smooth this one with low left spin, draw off the right side rail, and get the cue ball kind of where it is now. Oh, he had enough room to go forward. That's much easier to control. I thought the scratch may be on going forward from my angle, but he played it to perfection. He had to punch that one, and he didn't get the speed right. Side pocket was in play again from that angle. So does he lag this one? Oh, he catches the double kiss, which is not the worst case scenario. That shot actually comes up enough where it's worth looking at sometimes. Sometimes the double kiss is the play. So does Johnny try to get the cue ball under the 9, or does he just bank the 8 near the 9 and keep the cue ball up table? That's the question. I kind of like just banking the 8 up near the 9, but it's hard to see the angle from here. Yeah, I think this is kind of the safer way. It's harder to sell out this way. And at least you're always going to force your opponent to play a good shot. But I wonder if he's left the billiard on here. Off the side of the 8, cue ball onto the 9. This is a tricky one. You got to get the spin correct. Oh, and he plays the safe, which is a smart way to play if you're not sure about the billiard. Obviously, I couldn't see from back here how the billiard was on, but let's see what Johnny can come with as a return. Looks like he's winding up for this one. Is he playing the bank with the draw? He is, and what a stroke that is. Really nicely played. You can see how he drew it so much that it actually straightened out the angle on the 8 ball. Avoided the double kiss perfectly, and he's given himself a shot on this 9 ball. A little thin, but shouldn't be a problem. He's been potting the ball quite well. Very nice 6-2 lead. Johnny Morlados came to play today. So I'll give you guys a look at the bounties we got here at this tournament. Anybody who beats these players listed here will get 25 bucks. A side and B side. And if one of these players on this list wins the tournament, they get their bounties. So say if somebody goes undefeated, they'll keep their 50 bucks. And here's our payouts. Larry was super on the ball in this tournament, and he had all this stuff done the night before. Sorted out all the payouts into envelopes and had it all ready to go. He's super organized, which was smart of him because he wants to play in the event as well, so it took a little bit of a load off and he could focus more. But you can see nice payouts there. Winner's going to get 15 Hundi. And these guys are just on a little 5-minute washroom break. So while they're doing that, I'll just throw up a couple of pictures we got of Hooey and the team and whatnot. What'd you order, Grant?
I'll give you a guess.
Breakfast
One guess.
sandwich.
Nope.
Oh, Len is cooking.
Yep.
It's the Grant breakfast.
It's what that's why it took me so long, because I couldn't find him. He was over hiding in the dark in the corner.
I was
by
wondering
the
what you went
table.
over there for.
Yeah.
It's all adding up now.
So I got my my breakfast French toast and all the fixings.
Extra bacon.
Oh yeah, extra bacon,
That's
eggs,
the only way.
hash brown.
I should have waited
Oh,
to eat
dude.
and then ordered that.
Yeah, man.
Tomorrow is a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Great picture this one is for sure.
I love it.
Pretty happy dude there.
That was that picture right there was the inspiration for Steph and I to get him that one-time jersey.
The jersey,
Because
yeah.
that one he borrowed, and it was too small for him.
Mm-hmm.
And we had ambitions to take him back and get him another game under his belt.
It was if you guys don't know, it was Grant and Steph that had that jersey made. Bought them the jersey. Super, super nice.
Yeah.
And we get good use out of it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, and you know what? It's a credit to your guys' team and memorializing Captain Calgary.
Yeah, it's a shame it had to come to an end eventually.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, to be with him when he passed was tough for sure. And we certainly miss him. I miss his energy around the pool hall.
That's right. So I think when this tournament's done, we'll get the shadow box out again and slap it back in there with his cue there as well. And put it back
well,
up
I'll
on
say
the wall.
It may wait until some things happen, but that shadow box needs a new box.
It needs a little bit of love, yeah. I know Len tried to give it some love, but
he tried to fix it, and you know, to his credit, good effort. But I think a new shadow box is probably in order. You play this off the rail, off the 5, Ben?
I
maintain
contemplate it.
Maintain Shope?
Shope?
What the?
You must be hungry.
I'm starving.
You're not yourself. I'll get a Snickers.
Right?
I don't mind that shot. It is tough, though.
Or do you just play the straight combo?
I might even just contemplate some sort of safe here instead.
Chip the left side back, send the cue ball back down table?
Yeah, like the right side, like he's looking like thin and then just get it
back.
That's what he's trying to do, but he put it over the hole. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. The thought was there.
Yeah, I do like that path, too. Come 2 rails, maybe underneath the 4-9. I probably do.
I think he caught too much of the one ball there.
Yeah, a little
Wanted
thin.
to maybe hit that a little thinner.
Yeah, and that might have held the one up on the top rail a bit better, too.
Yeah.
Well,
and it gives a little more speed to the cue ball without having to muscle it.
Well, these balls lay real nice for Johnny to get to 7 here.
Sure do.
2 over the hole, 3 over the hole, 5 over the hole. I mean, the 6 is laying pretty nice in the middle of the table. We'll see once he shoots this ball.
A little hampered here by the 9, but shouldn't pose too much of a problem.
Yeah, the nice thing there was the 2 and the 3 are over the hole. So
it's a little thin on that, too. It's to the bottom side of that.
But even again,
side pocket.
All he's got to do is be able to see the 3. Right?
Yeah,
as long as you're not hooked, you're going to be able to pot it. Kind of like the shot with the 1 there. He didn't try to do too much. He knew he can take steep angle on this 2 and still be okay. So does he draw between the 4-8?
Oh, I don't know.
Does he have that much angle? Yeah, that's what he tried to do.
Oh, look out.
Okay, so I take it back. You can see the 3, but you don't have a shot. There's not a lot of ways to see the 3 there and not have a pot.
Course correction.
Yeah, that was strong commentary curse there.
That sure was. Usually that's me that does that. I'm impressed, Ben.
That was a doozy because you know how hard it is to not be able to pot this 3
from almost anywhere.
Even being able to see it at all.
Almost anywhere. I like digging into this with some left-hand spin on that cue ball. Potentially use the 7.
Can he, though? Can he draw it like that?
I think so.
Or
he's on the low side.
Oh, I don't mind this either. Kick it up table.
Oh, and make it in the side. Why not just do that?
And you know what? There's something to be said about that shot because he's been running extremely well in this match.
Yeah.
So why not just
let
it fly?
When the gods are on your side and
it's like
the rolls are in your favor,
you know,
go for it.
You're playing poker. You're running hot. You got a gut shot, straight draw.
Yeah,
you're all in.
Yeah, you're you're definitely getting to the river.
Well, this is still a little bit delicate. He's got to be careful going backwards. The 9's a big ball.
It is. Hit that well.
He avoided it.
But does
really
the
nice.
5 pass that 6 ball?
I think it does. I was kind of watching them collide, and it looked like it bumped out far enough. And it definitely goes by because he's not taking any time on this. Oh, he tried to play the billiard onto the 6, so it didn't go by.
Yeah, I was wondering if it, it was deceiving. So I think Ryan can utilize this 6 ball here. A little bit tougher to get over to that side, though.
I don't mind
underneath it.
What about trying to make the bank, too?
Yeah, play the 2-way.
Yeah. No, on second thought, that's not a good idea.
Yeah,
I think
you
one
know
or
what?
the
I
other,
just,
right?
yeah, I like getting underneath the 6.
I don't mind with how close he is to the ball. He could thin the right side and just
Oh,
come
yeah,
down
that's
below the
good
9.
too. Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
it's hard to get it wrong.
Yeah.
You're always going to contain the 5.
Yeah.
This is another good play as well.
Yeah.
I try to find shots like the one he just played, where even if I get the speed wrong a little bit, it's really hard to sell out, right?
Yeah.
Rather than try like some fancy safety, you know, like the draw underneath the 6.
Yeah.
It would have put him in jail, but if you get it wrong, you're dead meat, right?
Yeah, true.
This one, he could get wrong like 3 different ways and still
And
leave
you know
John
what?
a very tough shot.
I'm wondering if John's taken that on. No.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Me
But
too,
what
to
a
be
great shot.
honest. Yeah.
What a great
Really
shot.
well done. Well executed.
Kind of like I was just saying, too, if he hadn't tucked the cue ball underneath the 8, it was still a good shot.
Yeah.
It was hard to get it wrong. As long as you contain the balls like that, leaving distance end to end is so key.
Yeah, and you know what? There's so much to be said for those containing type of safeties.
Very much so, because you can't always hide it.
Especially on a 9-foot, I find, right? Where on the 7-foot tables, I think you can maybe be a little more touchy with your safeties.
You have to be, because this kind of shot on a 7-foot is just way easier. But on a 9-foot, yeah, now you got all that distance. It's way harder to control the spin and the speed.
Totally. And I think that's part of the problem that I have on a 9-foot table is my brain is just wired for playing on the 7-foot.
On a 7, look at this. He's hitting the balls well, but he's really not getting the rolls, you know?
He's not.
Because there were a million places he could leave that 5, and it just found the gap.
Yeah.
Although,
And there's really nothing for John to do. Make the 5 and you're pretty much on the 6 every time.
yeah, it's just pot the ball.
So long as you don't overpower it and you
If-
don't try to do too much.
And if he's uncomfortable with that, he can bank the 5, try to play it in the lower left, and just get the distance, like we
Yeah.
were saying before.
Miss the pro side.
Yeah, and I think that might be what he's doing here. Yeah, no.
Oh,
he-
good call.
He
Cut a little thick.
he got it wrong.
But still, right? Not terrible.
It's like you have to decide, and sometimes it's score dependent, and how is your opponent playing, right? So if he's making mistakes and missing long shots, well, do I want to rattle the ball?
Yeah. No.
No, I'm going to make him shoot a long shot over
Yeah.
and over again, right?
Yep.
And the more he misses them, the harder they're going to get.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you, that's exactly what Sean did to me. You know, if he was kicking well and just he did everything right.
He's very good at containing the balls, kind of like we were
Oh,
just
is he
saying.
ever.
You know,
Yeah.
he's not always looking for that, you know, as JJ would say, the devastating safety.
Yeah.
He's not looking for that. He's
Yeah,
just looking
although
for
he-
the containing one,
He
right?
put me in jail a couple of times.
Oh, I saw
right?
a couple of them. I looked over. I'm like, yeah. So what are you doing here?
Yeah,
Jump,
yeah.
jump, 2-rail kick. Like,
That's yeah. I had a couple of those. Yeah.
those are not fun.
No.
I will say, Joe Spence made an unreal jump kick in the tournament last
Really?
week against Gary Hoke. Unreal jump kick. Like you'd never guess that he would pot the ball, and he potted it. It was nowhere
into
near
the
hole.
heart. Wow.
It was like, you know, first diamond near the end rail, and he went the long way with it.
Yeah.
Cut it right in.
Where can I find the B-side stream?
You can't.
Yeah, there isn't a B-side stream yet.
You can find it later on in the tournament.
Yeah, we'll do a couple of more perhaps on the A side, and towards the evening time we'll jump over to the B side.
So let me think for a second here. I think we're going to have at least 2 more A-side matches, possibly 3. If we have 3 more, that's going to pretty much, well, no, that could put us to a B-side match tonight.
I think so. I think at some point. I mean, I believe we're going to be here till midnight anyway.
Yeah, and it's only 2:30, so we're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Johnny, on the other hand, not looking ideal, elevated over this ball. And we are playing the
Well, that was the
impeding-
miss from Ryan that left that for John.
And we are playing the impeding ball rule. So
We
if
are.
Johnny had have touched the 9 there as he was hitting the ball, it would be a foul.
Yeah, and that is the score line of which I was beat this morning by Mr. Sean McKay. He played really well.
Thanks for bringing that up, Greg. I needed a confidence boost after losing to Eric. Oftentimes, I don't remember all the matches in a tournament.
No.
I'll remember, like, semifinal, final.
Sure.
I totally blanked that match, Greg. But you're right. I did play exceptionally well. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, I think broke well was the key in that match, if I can remember right.
Well, and that's where I feel like I let myself down a little bit there because I was breaking pretty decently. I just couldn't get anything rolling.
I was right, though. That table, right?
Yes,
Balls fly in from over
I didn't
there?
even try from anywhere else.
They just fly in.
Yeah.
You can hit it bad and you make 2.
Yeah.
If you hit it half decent, you make 3.
Yeah, I don't think I came up dry once.
No,
to
you
be honest.
shouldn't.
Right, and I'm breaking pretty well.
And I bet Sean took notice. And
Yeah.
even though he's left-handed, he
Yeah.
broke from the same side.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Some tables are just like that. Table 18 is like that, too. If you break from the left side, they just fly in. It's in the rack, right?
Yeah,
It's the way the balls settle in the rack.
I would agree. Wow, am I ever hungry, Ben?
Oh, now you got me thinking about that French toast. I'm getting hungry again, too.
The only bad part is, so I had to go and search and try to find Len, and then the Coca-Cola rep walked in, and so now he's got to deal with that first.
Wait.
Then I get to wait, and yeah, I'm gonna just wither away to nothingness.
Yeah, Greg, I wish I could have done that to Eric. I probably would have beat him because I lost 9-7. But the table broke really, really tough, so I definitely did not run 5. I ran 2.
I ran none. It was one of those days where, there's just no matter what I was doing, it was not the right thing to do.
Well, for sure, we all know well that your favorite time of day to play pool
Yeah, it's not
is
in the morning. It is
Especially-
totally not the morning.
especially the days when you were at the pool room until 3 the night before.
Yeah, it was rough, and woke up late. Good try.
Yeah, you didn't get as
I got
many
no
practice
warm-up.
reps as you'd like to have.
No.
Of course. I had some practice reps. It didn't do nothing. Except keep the score close.
Yeah.
But I'm still on the same bracket as you.
That's it. That's it.
So Ryan's really got to make a move now.
Yeah, it's as Barry would say, it's moving time.
And I alluded to this yesterday. You're never really out of the match until your opponent's on the hill.
Yep.
At which point, you're in deep, deep trouble.
Yeah, because it is 9-ball and anything can happen. Rattled 8-ball, rattled 9-ball,
all it
leave a
takes.
1-9 combo,
Yeah,
right?
You get a weird kiss and you scratch and it's over, right?
Yeah.
But if they're 2 away, well, now you can afford one weird thing to happen, right?
Yep.
So you're still kind of in control of your own destiny. The other thing that makes this really hard is its alternate break.
Yes, it's
So-
true. So do you like chipping the top of the 4 cue ball off this side rail and send it up behind?
I think.
Or just like this?
See,
What a shot.
I like the way he played it, but I assume he was trying to get the cue ball underneath the 6-9 as well. But he did well. He did really good there.
Maybe this is part of my problem. I try to always go for that lock-up safe.
And that's kind of what I was saying.
Yeah.
And Jeremy, he talks about it all the time. The devastating save.
Yes.
And Benny Lou used to tell me too, because Edwin. We were playing Edwin all the time, and it was like you can't lock that guy up enough. So
Nope.
Benny used to tell me your safeties, they're not quality. You need to play a quality safety, he said, and it stuck with me.
I'm
But-
going to steal it.
But there's
I'm
a time
putting
and
that
a place.
in
right?
the mind, into the bank.
There's definitely a time and a place to like try to lock them up, and there's a time to just
Go for it.
keep it simple and
Yep.
just make them work. I think
Yeah.
is super important, especially in big events like this, because everybody's nervous.
Of course.
So make them shoot.
I got to say, for some reason, I'm not nervous at all because I honestly have no expectation for myself. I'm not playing.
Kind of happened to me in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to deal with not having my cue.
Oh,
So I was extremely prepared and I was ready to play, and I was nervous. And then when I realized that I was going to have to play these matches without it, all the nerves went away. because the expectations fell.
Yep.
I was like, well, I'm probably going to make some mistakes now, you know?
Yeah, of course. Well, and it's those little nuances that you can rely on with your own equipment, and when that gets taken away, it's like, okay, well, just go up and bang them.
And it was like the smallest things, like my glove, my extension,
Mm-hmm.
little hand towel.
Yep.
Like small.
Yep.
And pool's all about those small things, right? But I think, yeah, the nerves are very necessary in order to play high-level pool.
I agree.
You can't play, like, super high level unless you're a little bit nervous. Right?
Yeah, well, and I mean, listen, you're out there representing your country and, you know, expecting things of yourself.
I was
and
supposed to
the
be shaking
team
like a
and-
leaf.
Of course.
And I didn't until the spot shots, right? And
Yeah.
where it was like, well, I can make one shot.
Yeah.
With anybody's cue, right?
Of course.
I can make one shot. So again, Johnny kind of gets the better of the rolls there, right?
Yeah.
Misses the ball by quite a bit and leaves Ryan like only a bank shot. Although Ryan did really well and didn't miss that by a lot and had shape on the 5. So Johnny with a chance to put himself on the hill here.
Does that 5 sneak past that 7 ball?
Oh yeah, for sure. What is Tony Robles says? Just one semi-truck, he says. Just one tractor. You can fit through there. Can't fit 3.
He sure is a good guy.
Oh, look at that. He way overcut it. Even if the 7 wasn't there, he missed the ball.
Yep. But still, Semi got away with it.
Yeah, he doesn't have the pot here. I'm sure he doesn't have the pot.
Thin the 5 off the left side rail, cue ball underneath the 7.
Oh, and that's delicate because the double kiss is there, right? But that might be his only option. Other than, like,
He could kick once.
kick safe, I
Yeah.
don't mind that. You just have to watch the scratch, but I
Yeah,
don't
that's-
think it's there. Because I think you're hitting the 5 thick enough. Because you want to bank the 5 around the 7, so you got to kind of hit it pretty thick. What about go off the bottom rail, kick it that way?
Yeah, but
And
why
and
not
if-
just try to make it?
And if you don't make it, it's most likely going to bank by the 7.
Yeah.
And the cue ball is like going way up table, right?
Yep, I agree. That's a better shot.
I don't hate that shot. But it's hard from where we are to see how much of the 5 he had.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
maybe he just had enough of it, right?
Just put it in the pocket. What do we know?
How about just shoot the 5
How
straight in?
about
We're,
just-
we're
yeah.
talking about kicking the ball. And he just shoots it straight in.
So interesting. Do you play the natural 6-9 combo?
So I think, again, little deceiving. I think the 6 has got a ton of room. Yeah.
I agree.
Look out, cue ball. He's okay. Don't panic. Nobody move.
Don't breathe.
It's a big shot. Like I said, you just got to keep him off the hill. And you can definitely never quit.
Oh, look out.
Oh, that's...
Look out.
He's flirting with them sides. Flirting with disaster twice in a row. And this is actually a pretty tough shot.
It is. And all I'm doing is making the 8. Where the cue ball goes, the cue ball goes.
Just pot it and don't go underneath kind of thing, you know? Or in
And
a
definitely don't
pocket.
scratch.
That'll be the beginning of the end.
I would agree.
You never like to call it early, but as I alluded to, alternate breaks. You know, Johnny's just going to need one rack, one funny
Yeah.
thing to happen,
He's in the hurt locker right now.
one fluked ball, something like that, you know?
Thank you.
You didn't want any extra eggs?
No, I think just 3.
All right, Johnny with this straight in.
3 bacon.
9 to put himself on the hill, which he does indeed.
And
8-2 and breaking, it looks like. A shout out to one of our great sponsors here, Mike Burton Home Team.
Pretty accomplished pool player is Mr. Mike Burton.
A very big supporter of Calgary Pool as well. He's a lover of the game.
Indeed. Even extending up into Edmonton. I think I saw him on a couple of streams.
Yeah,
as a
even
sponsor.
Yeah, just Alberta scene in general, you know. Good guy.
Very knowledgeable in real estate as well. So
Oh, for sure.
if you are looking at buying or selling, He is the man with the plan.
Yeah, you can check out his website there, mikeburton.ca. See all the real fancy homes that he's selling.
Oh, yeah.
And got some doozies over there.
He sure does. But I'm pretty sure he does everything. House size, no matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Johnny breaking from near the middle there. I didn't like that at all.
Nope.
The wing ball has been flying in here. I'm not sure why he changed his break.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I hate to say it, but sometimes in these matches you do experiment.
Well, and listen, you're at
The
you're
score
at
line.
8-2.
Yeah. So maybe he's like, I want to see if this will work for the next match.
Mm-hmm.
So you can check that one off the list as not working.
Yeah.
And never do that again for the rest of the tournament.
I think Ryan was trying to set himself up for the 2-9.
You know what? I don't blame him there. He needs like some
you need-
quick games on
yeah.
the board. And really, what do you got to lose at this point, right? So
Go swinging.
you should go out swinging. That's right.
Oh,
no.
ultimate punishment.
No. Nobody wanted to see it.
Ultimate punishment.
They did not want to see it end like that. Right?
No.
Nobody wants to see that. So we're going to have Johnny
And
Morlatos
that
moving
was
on.
really tough because those were off, right?
I thought
That
he
wasn't
hit
a straight-in combo.
I thought he drilled it in the heart of the pocket. I thought he hit it really good.
Wow. John Morlatos getting the job done.
Yeah, he'll be moving on to third round of the winner side. And Ryan, he's not out.
Nope.
He'll be headed over to the B side, as we like to call it up here in Canada.
Correct. The one-loss side.
The one-loss side. And we'll be back with another match, I would imagine, about 5 or 10 minutes.
I would imagine so. Well, I mean, there's certainly a lot of empty tables out there.
Yeah, I think we're getting to that point in the tournament, too, where we got to let
Looking
the
more
B-side
on the
catch
B-side,
up a little bit. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, on behalf of myself, Ben Francis, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we appreciate you tuning in. And believe me, as soon as we have a match locked, loaded, ready to go, we will be back once again.
Well, and since we're not 100% sure how long that'll be, make sure you guys have your notifications turned on. That way, when we go live, you'll get a little ding.
Absolutely. Get them like buttons clicked and subscribes done, bells clicked on.
Lots of great pool to come tonight, everyone.
Indeed. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back here in a few minutes.